hung Parliament. I mean, the people, as our guest in the studio said a little bit earlier this hour, the people have spoken. We're just not entirely sure what they've said yet. What will businesses' interpretation of this result? I guess just wait and see.
Yeah, it's been quite a night, and certainly if as forecast we get the hung Parliament, it's another layer of uncertainty for businesses. We're already seeing currency fluctuations, as we've seen overnight, the uncertainty impact of Brexit going forward, and also the rising cost of upfront costs for businesses. So all these things, just another layer. Now, businesses have been quite good over the last couple of years, ignoring some of the political noise that we've seen out there. Having said that, this result, if as forecast, will be pretty hard to ignore.
Yeah, where does this leave business appetite for investment? We spoke to one investor earlier on who was saying that this could be key for the strength of the UK economy. To what extent do we see businesses cautious because of political uncertainty? A hung Parliament might not look very stable. We might find ourselves in another electoral cycle in not very many months' time. That doesn't sound like an environment that encourages businesses to invest.
Well, certainly businesses have been actually looking through some of the political noise over the last couple of years, but this may be harder to ignore. But of course, there are other issues that are holding back business investment. The rising upfront costs faced with businesses, business rates, insurance premium tax, all these sort of costs are impacting businesses' cost base as well as rising inflation. This other uncertainty adds to the general business environment out there, which is not, as you say, conducive to long-term business investment.
What do we expect now on the fiscal front? I suppose it's impossible to say, but perhaps the parties are not quite so confident of their manifestos as they were before the election and are now looking for some new ideas. What would business like to see on the fiscal front? Where do we need to see, if there is to be some spending to try and stimulate an economy as it Brexits, if that's the direction we're still going in? Where does the government need to do that spending, do you think?
Well, on the tax side, a big focus of businesses is the taxes that hit them up front before they make a pound of profits. So we're talking things like business rates, insurance premium tax, all these sort of costs hit businesses up front, which is a key issue of businesses. Although corporation tax has been going down and it's still going down, plan to go down over the next couple of years, is those upfront costs that are hurting businesses. On the spending side, infrastructure spending, so on key areas of national importance, such as we talk about airports, the third runway at Heathrow needs to go ahead, HS2, other railroad projects need to go ahead to help boost the economy. Because what businesses tell us is that, of course, Brexit is a big issue in the next couple of years, but it can't be the only issue. There's issues at home, really seeing the UK economy slowing, growth in the first quarter slowed, and the key domestic issues, skill shortages is one, infrastructure, and there's another, and those sort of key areas need to be addressed.
It's amazing how much we thought this was going to be all about Brexit, this vote, and it does seem to have been a bit about that, but it is also about a host of other issues. Social care was certainly something on the policy front that caught many off guard. But on the subject of Brexit, I mean, does business take any conclusion yet from the results as to what this means for Brexit, for some of the Conservative Party policies around Brexit, leaving the single market, leaving the customs union, for example?
As you say, it's far too early to tell. What businesses want is a pragmatic deal going forward that allows businesses to, for example, get access to the staff they need to grow their business. Also, those businesses who want to trade abroad have the right access. What businesses ask us is a real practical question. So, if a business is trading with Germany, how much more is it going to cost me? How am I going to get my goods to market? Those sort of real life practical questions. Easier
to stay, though. I mean, does the BCC? I know that the BCC maybe hasn't wanted to make a call on whether that means staying in the single market or staying in the customs union, but does it have a view now, if things are looking a little uncertain, as to whether we should be reopening that conversation at least?
Well, we wait to see what politicians say over the next couple of weeks. But what our members are clear on is that they want a good deal, best possible deal. But also, just as important, if not more so, they want some issues at home to be dealt with. So our own core economic survey shows that skills shortages is a massive issue of businesses across the economy, and that's going to be a key issue going forward over the next couple of years.